in 3 stanzas. I too am America, but the exclusion from tomorrow, the dinner table admits privileged company still. My color continues to be a strike against me, despite the claims of equality. The back door is still the only entry point, and the dinner guests see me as far less than they. Today, justice is holding an intense conversation with me at home about the crimes this country had committed in her midst. She ain't blind. This Native American sister with braids is going deep into the well of her people's history, how they were suddenly made prisoners and underdogs on their own land, a large mass of dispossessed. Let me tell you, justice wasn't about sorrow. She laid some hope on me, for justice is proposing on how the iniquities of the past could be reversed. The best, smartest ally this darker brother can have. I will write the power by becoming the hero I need to be for myself and my long-suffering race. Speak out when the blustery voice of hate tries to assert itself over mine. This verbal drama that divides us creates the wrong, social distancing. That's what the powers that be count on. They shall have no excuse from my end. Absent father. The father of 7 children is absent from home. The 7 children are missing a playmate, missing a teacher, missing a provider. He was lured away from his personal kingdom beyond the wildlife sanctuary. A rifle, a crossbow hastened the subtraction from the dense equation of life. Now the royal family have a relative to lean on for basic food, warmth, safety, taking over the former king's duties. 7 children have another playmate, another teacher, another provider in their abode, filling the absence in, restoring the warmth lost. And so the furry lion family must continue, beyond the growing cubs, beyond their uncle, the king's brother in spirit. May no hunter tear this asunder. Broadway. Splotch of Krylon black paints changed the name and character of downtown Oakland's main drag from Broadway to Broadway, and it shows. When the businesses closed down behind thick plywood and nails, polychromatic murals went up, coating them with words and images, open air, free of charge, art exhibit over 2 miles wide, not 2 blocks, not 2 streets, 2 miles wide, full of artwork. Aerosol can made homages to the non-Caucasians no longer here. Bayard Rustin, Ray Charles, John Lewis, Sandra Bland, Emmett Till, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and heroes still among the living. Angela Davis, Cornel West, Boots Riley, Stevie Wonder. Different sceneries and different hues declare liberations for Africans here in the West. The dead deserve justice, the living respect. Who would have thought civil unrest, shattered glass, protesters battling cops could bring a great surfeit of beautiful paint, art for blocks? Nourishment. Taking nourishment, from the vapor from the sky, from the clouds hovering high, giving nourishment to the gardens, to the streets, to all men, to all beasts, taking nourishment from the storms, from the rains, moistening land, driest plains, giving nourishment to the streams, to the lakes, to the grass, all it takes. The drought, persistent crisis through winter, the state maintained, taking vital nourishment from the frigid, fleeting rain. Based on actual events, Samaritan. Anyone else would have left that far right reactionary sprawled on the concrete to bleed out, suffer in paroxysms of serious hurt, receive disaster of the steel-toed kind, but not you. The Good Samaritan reflex kicked in, wouldn't let you abandon someone in need of help. Distinctions such as friend and foe didn't matter. Whom you saw laying at your feet wasn't an enemy, just an injured man. So you lifted him in your arms, slung him over your shoulder like a heavy sack of laundry, carried him in a firefighter's hold with a cordon of protection around you. Your foe comrades having your back, moving past a raging crowd of riot cops, with the boisterous sounds of the inner city battleground in both of your ears. Football songs, national anthem, protest chant, flares and smoke grenades. Maybe you thought one dead white man wasn't going to bring back one dead black man in Minneapolis, George Floyd, one dead black woman in Louisville, Breonna Taylor, one dead black man in a Wendy's parking lot in Atlanta, Rayshard Brooks, martyrs from American racial flashpoints. Maybe you thought that injured man's life was more worthy of salvation than stone monuments to previous wars, Winston Churchill's statue and the cenotaph. That's England's answer to the unknown soldier statue, y'all. Descriptions such as hero didn't matter either. You're just a man protecting a neck that wasn't your own. And you wanted equality right that minute for your children, for your grandchildren, for the generations ahead, for England and troubled America. If we can get past misunderstanding and factions, brother, I wish I had your Good Samaritan resolve. And the last poem is called Precipice. Gladly say goodbye to the proven nightmare these past 4 years. The precipice on which I stand is crowded with the eager, waiting on both cures for both viruses, the one ailing bodies, the one extinguishing love. Smooth transition into another era, focus of everybody's endogenic wishes, appealing even to my jaded self. When I close my eyes, I hear the popular song of What Now? And each of those poems happen to come from three different books. Rusty Gallows, Passages Against Hate from Vagabond Books, my 6th book. And Plans from Nomadic Press, my 7th book, both released in February of 2022. Rusty Gallows was released on February 1st and Plans released 5 days later. And the first poem not only came from Rusty Gallows, but also was featured in an anthology put out by the Poetry Box from Portland, Oregon, USA, called The Poeming Pigeon, From Pandemic to Protest, their 11th anthology. And I dedicate today's spoken word performance feature to the other feature for tonight. My brother, my poetry brother from England, Lantern Carrier. From this mic to your ears, I'm Dee Allen. Thanks for listening. Happy New Year.